What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's another amazing episode of Financipation. This channel is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. It's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. On this channel, everybody, I give you a six-figure MBA level worth of investing in financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. And things that people typically spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn in grad school, I give it to you for free here on Financipation. And before I get started, I also want to give a shout out to Killico Solutions. They're one of my sponsors. If you need digital marketing, website development, or someone to essentially edit your YouTube videos, they're the best in the business, meaning all of your digital needs. And please hit that like button so you know I drop new content, okay? Today, guys, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful financial concepts in the world when it comes to being an entrepreneur, and it's called SEP IRA. So with that, everybody, let's get started because I'm really excited about this podcast, okay? So the first thing I want to touch on is why you should be an entrepreneur if you live in the United States of America. If you listen to my channel, Financipation, you are well aware of the fact that I am openly talking about the importance of being an entrepreneur. And if you are a 9-to-5er, having a side business, you should work that side business about 10 to 15 hours a week after you get off work, because in America, this country significantly rewards entrepreneurs. According to a 2024 study that was done by SEPIRA, 88%, roughly 90% of America's millionaires are entrepreneurs and or they own an LLC, an S Corp, or a C Corp. So there's literally a 90% chance that if you walk across a person in America that's a millionaire, they most likely either are an entrepreneur, they were an entrepreneur, or they started a business. And the reason, everybody, is simple. Once again, America's version of capitalism significantly rewards entrepreneurs. If you work a 9-to-5 job, you get taxed first and then you get to spend your money. But if you are an entrepreneur, you get to spend your money first and then you get taxed. So people, let me make this clear. If you are listening to this podcast or any of my podcasts here at Financipation, go start a business. Find something that you are extremely passionate about, go to LegalZoom or create an LLC and start a business. Another reason, everybody, that entrepreneurs can build so much wealth in America is because of an extremely powerful investment tool called the Simplified Employee Pension IRA, or the SEP IRA. And that is primarily, once again, what we're going to talk about in this podcast, because it is an economic gold mine for my self-employed entrepreneurs when it comes to financially emancipating themselves from poverty and building that generational wealth. The next thing I want to talk about is what are traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, and what is a SEP IRA. So traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs, HSA accounts, and SEP IRAs are tax-efficient accounts that allow you to invest your money and build large amounts of wealth. At the time of this recording, everybody, in 2025, IRAs and Roth IRAs allow you to invest $7,000 a year. HSAs, if you are married, allow you to invest $8,550 a year. And the 401k in 2025 allows you to invest $23,500 a year. The SEP IRA, however, is an extremely attractive option for my business owners and for my entrepreneurs because it allows you to contribute $70,000 in the year 2025, which is significantly higher than the Roth IRA, the HSA, and your 401k. And at the end of your investment life, essentially when you turn 60, that's when you get taxed on it. But the Roth SEP IRA works differently in that you basically invest your money, you get taxed today, and then down the road, you don't get taxed and it grows tax-free. And for this podcast, everybody, I'm going to interchangeably use Roth SEP IRA with the term SEP IRA. But full disclosure, I advise everyone who's listening to use the Roth IRA, the Roth SEP IRA, the Roth 401k, and pretty much all Roth accounts because it's better to get taxed today and allow your money to grow tax-free than to wait 25 or 30 years and you have no idea what administration is going to be in office and they could potentially raise your taxes exponentially down the road. So my advice is, everybody, always use the Roth components of every type of investment account that you can. Next, let's quickly talk about some of the benefits of the SEP IRA. So the first major benefit of the SEP IRA are the annual contribution limits. I kind of talked about this one a little bit earlier, everybody, but for comparison's sake, at the time, once again, this recording in 2025, you can only contribute $7,000 to an IRA, whereas you can contribute 10 times more with a SEP IRA than you can with a traditional or a Roth IRA. $70,000, everybody, is significantly higher than $7,000, and $70,000 invested every year for a decade builds a lot faster than $7,000 invested for a decade. So the first major benefit, everyone, of the SEP IRA is the contribution limits are literally 10 times larger than that of a traditional or a Roth IRA. Before I go any further, please hit the notification bell so you know I'm dropping new content. Please hit that like button. Please share. Please comment. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithm. And I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys an MBA level worth of investing and financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. The next major benefit of the SEP IRA is that they are tax efficient accounts. The second tremendous advantage, once again, of the SEP IRA is that similar to a Roth IRA or a traditional 401k, the SEP IRA is a tax efficient account and it's a tax deductible account that legally lowers your tax rate. For example, if you are a business owner, right, and you make $200,000 a year and you select a SEP IRA in 2025, if you max out your SEP IRA, the government will tax you on $200,000, but the $70,000 of your money you invested will grow tax free. And $70,000 being invested every year for decades into an index fund that returns roughly 11% every year will build a tremendous amount of wealth over time. And I want to talk about what that amount is going to be later in this podcast. Additionally, if you are a business owner that makes $200,000 a year and you select a traditional SEP IRA in 2025, if you max out your SEP IRA, it legally lowers your taxable income rate that year, and the government will only tax you on $130,000 for that calendar year. $70,000, everyone, invested every year for decades into an index fund that once again returns 11% every year will build tremendous wealth. So with the Roth SEP IRA, you get taxed today and that thing grows tax free. With the traditional SEP IRA, your taxes get cut today and you get taxed later down the road. As with all accounts, as I said earlier, everybody, I personally advise you go with the Roth IRAs, the Roth 401ks, and the Roth SEP IRAs because it's better to get taxed today once again than and to know what your tax rate is than to get taxed tomorrow and worry what it's going to be. So once again, one tremendous benefit of the SEP IRA is the fact that it's a tax efficient account that legally lowers your taxes to the IRS. Next tremendous advantage of the SEP IRA is the flexibility that you have when it comes to your investments. For instance, if you have a 529 or a 401k through your employer, through your 9-to-5 employer, you have probably noticed that it's regimented and you can't just necessarily pick any stock, any bond, or any ETF that you want. Whereas if you have a brokerage account, a UTMA, or an IRA, you can pretty much pick any investment that you want. Well, everyone, for the SEP IRAs, they operate the same way. And a tremendous advantage of the SEP IRA is that they allow you to purchase any type of index fund, any type of mutual fund, any type of stock, any type of bond, or any type of REIT that you want. This is a tremendous advantage for all my long-term investors like myself and entrepreneurs that know exactly what they want to invest into, they want to do long-term for decades, because it allows you to literally pick the exact fund that you have researched for yourself. So the next benefit of the SEP IRA, everyone, is the flexibility, as it allows you to invest pretty much into any, once again, stock, any REIT, any mutual fund, or especially into any index fund that you want. The next advantage of the SEP IRA is that there are no requirement minimum distributions or RMDs. At the time of this recording in 2025, SEP IRAs do not require a minimum distribution during the owner's lifetime. So if you're not familiar with a required minimum distribution, or RMD for short, this is what it does. With an RMD, the government mandates that at 72 years old, you have to start taking mandatory payouts from your contribution limits and from your retirement portfolio. This sounds great, but in theory, it is a terrible idea if you're trying to give your money to your kids and to your grandkids so that they can essentially put that money into a brokerage account and basically roll that wealth from one generation to another. Because it forces you, RMDs, once again, it forces you to liquidate your assets and you get taxed when you try to give your money to your kids. But if you don't have RMDs, you can simply deposit that money once again from your Roth SEP IRA into your kids' brokerage accounts and make it that much easier for them to build their generational wealth. The next surefire benefit, everyone, of the SEP IRA is the fact that there are no requirement minimum distributions. And if you are serious about passing wealth from yourself to your kids and to your grandkids, this has generational implications behind it. The next advantage of SEP IRAs is that they are extremely easy to set up. This is something that I love. As long as you are a business owner, right, and you can produce your legal employment identification number, or EIN number, for your business, setting up an IRA is literally as easy as just calling Charles Schwab, Fidelity, or Vanguard, telling them what you want to do, giving them your EIN number, and then essentially giving them your home address and a few other bits of information, and voila, you have set up a SEP IRA. So the next tremendous benefit of the SEP IRA is the fact that it is very, very easy to set up, and it can literally be created in less than 10 minutes. Now, I want to quickly talk about the disadvantages of SEP IRAs, okay? The biggest disadvantage of the SEP IRA is that you have to be a business owner and you have to have a legal EIN number. Secondly, at the time of this recording in 2025, another disadvantage of SEP IRAs is that there are no catch-up contributions to the SEP IRA. So if you are over 50 and you contribute to your 401k or your Roth IRA, by law, you can contribute $1,000 more than people like myself that are under 50 years old. With the SEP IRA, there currently are no catch-up contribution limits, rather. And at the time of this recording, you can only contribute $70,000 a year, just like everyone else who's under 50 years old. The last disadvantage of the SEP IRA is that there are income requirement limits. So for instance, in the year 2025, if a person makes more than $350,000, they cannot contribute to the SEP IRA. Having said that, everyone, if you are an entrepreneur that makes up to $350,000 a year, according to a 2024 study that was done by USA Today, that puts you in the top 3% of all Americans in this country, and it makes you richer than 99.99999% of the world's population. Lastly, I'm a mechanical engineer, everybody, and I have an MBA, and I like to use real world examples for everything that I say. So I'm going to give you an example of how much wealth a person that works a 9-to-5 job can make and who starts a business on the side if they max out their retirement accounts in 2025 and they max out their SEP IRA for their side business. So let's say this example, a 9-to-5er opens a side business and they become an entrepreneur and they eventually start making $200,000 a year from their side business. Now, let's say they max out their SEP IRA and they put $70,000 into it every year for 10 years. And let's say they invest all $70,000 into passively managed low-cost index funds that return 11% every year. In 10 years, everybody, just off of their side business alone, they would have amassed $1.4 million into their SEP Roth IRA portfolio. In 20 years, they would have amassed $5 million in their SEP Roth IRA portfolio. And in 30 years, they would have amassed nearly $16 million with the M dollars in their portfolio. So in 30 years, everybody, you would have amassed roughly $16 million not doing anything except lifting your finger, clicking a mouse, and investing into low-cost, passively managed index funds through your SEP IRA. That, everybody, is the power of compound interest. Now, let's say in addition to having a side business where they invested $70,000 a year into their Roth SEP IRA, this person also worked in corporate America and they made $100,000 a year. Now, let's say this person took my advice and with their $100,000 corporate America month salary, they maxed out all 3 of their retirement accounts every year for a decade. Let's say they maxed out the Roth IRA and put $7,000 into it every year. Let's say they maxed out their HSA and they were married, they put $8,550 every year into it. And let's say they maxed out their 401k and they put $23,500 into it every year. So with this $100,000 corporate American salary, every year this individual essentially invested $39,050 into a good low-cost total stock market index fund that returned roughly 11% every year. In 10 years, people, they would have $765,000 waiting for them in their retirement portfolio. In 20 years, they would have $2.9 million with the M dollars waiting for them in their corporate America retirement portfolio. And in 30 years, they would have amassed roughly $8.7 million in their corporate America retirement account. So in this example, this person worked in corporate America and they had a business on the side just by investing into low-cost total stock market index funds, by investing into their side business and then investing their money into their retirement portfolios, they would have amassed $25 million. People, this is why I started Financipation, because as a group of people, we don't talk about REITs or index funds or SEP IRAs in the barbershop or the bodegas or the corner stores. We don't talk about 401ks, 529s, UTMAs in the projects or in the hood. And we don't talk about brokerage accounts or custodial accounts at the barbecues, at the pool parties, on the basketball courts, in the projects. And I am sick and tired of seeing people that look like me, and all Americans in general for that matter, working hard our entire lives and dying penniless and dying broke because we don't understand how to invest our money properly. We don't understand the importance of starting businesses. We don't understand the importance of investing the money we make in corporate America. And we don't understand the importance of investing and starting SEP IRA accounts. But you know what? I'm changing all that with Financipation. As I literally am giving you a roadmap, everybody, on how to build generational wealth and financially emancipate yourself from poverty and build generational wealth here on this channel. Over the years, everybody, that I've been a business owner, I traditionally have given about 10 to 15% of my money that I make my businesses to a tithe or to a charity. And I invest roughly 80% of the profits that I make into my SEP IRA. Over time, this has allowed my SEP IRA to quickly catch the amount of money that I put into my brokerage accounts and my 401k that I invest through being a mechanical engineer in corporate America. And this has allowed me to build generational wealth for my family. And I've essentially used corporate America to be my number one investor, and my mechanical engineering degree to be my number one investor for all my business and all my entrepreneurial ventures. People, start a business. People, create a SEP IRA. People, max out your Roth IRAs, your 401ks, and your HSAs in corporate America with your corporate America salary. This channel, everybody, is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financially emancipating yourself. generational poverty. I'm not giving you financial advice on the channel. Everybody, you must make responsible decisions based on the thorough independent research that you do for yourself. You can book a one-on-one session with me at any point. Please follow me at www.therealfinancipation.com. My Instagram is _Financipation. My Spotify is Financipation. And my TikTok is Financipation. My Facebook page is Financipation as well. Check out my financial blog, Financipation, and also check us on my digital, my e-products below as well. Hit that notification bell. Please like, please comment, please share, please subscribe. It's your boy Chris. I'm out. Peace.